Good evening, my fellow Americans. This is your president, Donald Brookins. Tonight, I want to talk to you on a subject of deep concern to all Americans who exercise their right to vote. I'm sure everyone is aware of how the voting process works. I'm not going to go too much in depth on that procedure. Instead, I want to talk to you about how our candidates are actually elected as presidents and my concerns on what should be changed on how our presidents are elected. When we go vote at a local community level, we also go vote at a state level as well as the national level. But at the national level, the voting process in fact can be altered. Instead of selecting a president based on how many votes they receive, the founding fathers established the Electoral College. Each state gets the same number of electors as it has congressmen and senators. So, the bigger the state, the more electors it has. In the end, whoever receives 270 Electoral College votes or more wins the election and becomes our new president. Now, I want to speak on a subject that we are well aware of that happened in our presidential history here in the United States. The issue of Bush versus Gore. In December 2013, there was a wide hysteria of the voting controversy that occurred in Florida. We all know Bush became president, but was he elected through the people, or was he handed the presidency? According to Wade, Pace, and Denny of CNN, I quote, "The American system of elections routinely fails to count hundreds of thousands of ballots because of voter errors, confusing ballot instructions, poorly designed ballots, flawed voting and counting machines, and the failure of election workers to adequately help workers in the voting process." Also, Payson goes on to say records and evidence of how, in fact, Gore should have won the election. I want to further go on and say that election officials who sorted the undervotes for examination and then handled them for accountant's inspection often did not provide exactly the same number of undervotes recorded on election night. Wow. That definitely says a lot about how that process of voting was altered at that national level. In fact, the government says, we're for the people, we're all about the people. But that government that says that, is that their actual intentions? Is that government that says they're for the people actually for the people? Or are the votes not counted? Or are they counted in general? I would like to think my vote counts, but with the Electoral College having the final say-so, my vote may not be heard or be seen to fit that candidate. So, should the Electoral College be implemented in the United States voting process? I strongly agree the Electoral College should not be a part of the American voting process, simply because that outrules the, quote, a government for the people. If the government is for the people, why do you need to alter my actions? Why do you have to alter my vote if, in fact, you are for the people? Let's stand up, America. If the government is in fact for the people, let's do away with the old American voting system. Let's take out the Electoral College. Let my votes, let my ballots be counted. Let the popular vote rule. Let the popular candidate win the election. Good night, America. This is your President, Donald Brookins. Vote responsibly.